Is it recording? Hey, this is Fadia from Grounded Dolphin. I wanted to do a video about ancestor money, ancestor altars. I originally started to do my ancestor altar to actually prove that what somebody was telling me was wrong. Now, after seeing so many videos about ancestor altars, I came across this one video with this female on there, and she was talking about how she had this nightmare about her ancestors all living in. This is so pretty. Oh my goodness, I'm so good at this. Wow. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, her ancestors was suffering and over there they ain't had no money. She ain't had no ancestor money to send them. She ain't had no ancestor money to send them. So she was stressing out. And when I sent her an email and I asked her how about if you just draw money and burn it on your altar? And she laughed and said, "Can you pay your rent with money you drew?" Now, initially, my first response is, you must don't know your money is fiat money. Meaning your money ain't real as it is, it's just paper and ink. But I said, okay, how about I try it myself? So, I went on to Google and I looked up ancestor notes. This is just some samples I had brought down here. As you can see, this is a piece of paper I printed this on. I printed it on paper. Okay. I burned several of these in the morning and at night. And since June the 22nd, when I first started it, I already have contacted connections with my ancestors already. Now, this was printed paper. I did not spend any money ordering ancestor notes from China or somebody's website that this is the only paper you could use for ancestor offerings, which is fucking ridiculous. Because if you comprehend what this means, a offering, a blessing is just energy. When you making your ancestors food, when you come back, is that food gone? No, the food is still there. It's the thought. It's the thought. It's the intention of what you're trying to give your ancestors. So I print out all this. So when I look at this money, I'm thinking to myself, I'm getting rid of so much karmic debt in my bloodline that like the next generations is going to be fabulous. That's the intention, the thought I have when I burn these. And I name every individual I want to send these notes to, and then I do alternate notes to ancestors that I have never met, don't know about, haven't heard of, that the family forgot about. I send money to my whole bloodline. I take hair from my head, I put it on my ancestor table. Some people do blood. I'm good with that. I just put hair on there. So that way that my DNA can be tracked by my ancestors. So when I call them, everybody comes. I can explain to you, I could tell you, what's been happening since June the 22nd, this is like, 6 weeks later? They're right here. Of course, you can't see them, but I can feel them. I can see them when I'm walking around my house. My house is really crowded now. It's a lot of people in here. This I'm doing right now is something that I would absolutely never do, have no desire to do, no idea how to do, but I have been making stuff for weeks now. Ever since I started my Ancestor altar, I've been doing stuff that's not what I would normally do. And I'm not going to, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. I'm going to save a piece of that. So anyway, I'm making things this is how you can tell if you are channeling your ancestors. Now, I was picking branches to build stuff because I make stuff for my house with branches and I set up grids and stuff. So I was cutting the branches and I started to carve this. Okay? I don't know what the hell this is, but this is really sharp. I carved it. I felt like I was channeling me when I was the tribal leader I had spoke about before of my past life. I felt like I was channeling him when I was doing this. And I don't know, I couldn't understand it, but I was in a trance for like 20 minutes just sharpening this stick. So that was one thing that was just not what I would normally do. And then I started making black salt. Not my normal thing. I just was making stuff. And then I started making stuff. And I said, oh shit, this is definitely not me doing this. And my husband said, just go with it. Just go with it. So that's what I've been doing. I've been going with it. And sorry. That's what I hate when that happens. And the outcome has been amazing. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at that. So they are giving me so many ideas on how to do stuff. It's just, I really can't explain it. But if you ever felt like you're always alone, you're alone. Nobody's ever there for you. If you do your ancestor altar, you will not feel like that anymore. Now, please do not wait until you have everything you feel like you need to do this. Because it's the intention. If you can afford to buy the ancestor money, which I could have, but I just felt like if I made it myself, it would mean more. If you can afford that and you want to spend your money on that, then do it. But if you want to constantly send offerings and blessings by a maximum number on a daily basis, print it out. Make the notes this size so you can cut it up. So you can put like 6 per sheet. Okay? Excuse me. That's what I do. Also, you probably won't be able to see this. I have grids everywhere. So I set up on my altar. Can you see that? I don't know how to do this thing. On my altar, I put everything that's personable to me. Things that are important to me. Okay? Crystals are important to me. So I give as an offering to my family crystals. I have a whole grid of crystals on my altar table. I have, I used to put food up there. I don't put food up there no more. I give my dad shungite water. Sometimes if I have some food left over and I'm near my altar table, I will put the leftovers over there so they could my dad used to always go behind me and eat what I didn't eat. So that's something personable between me and him. What else? Like, I put all kinds of stuff on my altar table. Like, it's whatever means something to you. Whatever means something to you, please do not wait to do an altar table for your ancestors, because your ancestors is your army, your personal army. Okay, you don't need friends. Okay, you don't need family that's on this plane with you if they haven't been friends or family to you thus far. They talk to you. You ask them a question, you get an answer. It's like being spoiled to the highest level of creation. Especially when you could tap into their memories that give you a little bit more power. Because your ancestors are you. You just keep on coming down. You keep getting born again. Tap into that power. Your power comes faster when you use an ancestor altar. Don't keep letting these fools take your heritage from your memories, your legacies, and using it to benefit themselves. Call your power back.